All right. How are we doing, you guys? Who's still awake? Who's still up? Zigzags 420 time? All right, say less. Say less. How you doing, everybody? Not sure who we're going to have up for this one. Whoever's awake, I suppose. Just show it to all messages whenever the stream gets out. It took a while to go live last time. Let me post this here. There we go. What up, Skip Foo? All right, I see ya. Notification not work? Did you guys get notified? Skip Foo? Telescope. All right, there it went out. Okay, now I can tell. It was dead there for a second. Yeah, I've been live for about a little over a minute, but present and accounted for. You're there in Nebraska. Well, hello, Nebraska. You got a notification. Perfect. Okay, you got the Discord one. Okay, well, that works. Awesome. Amazing. What up, Beatty? What up, everybody? What up? Well, what a night. What a day. Day and night. Full shebang today. Virginia checking in. Good to have you, Virginia. We had good interviews and good conversation outside the DNC, which we will do again tomorrow. And tomorrow I have a bigger day planned. We'll be doing some tourism stuff in town. So expect that in the morning. I'm going to go to bed here after this stream. And this one's not going to be too long. Not going to be too long of a stream. Just wanted to check in with you guys and do a after action review. I used to do these on Instagram. But I figure why not do it with literally like everybody that supports me anyways. So we're doing it on YouTube. I was going to go to Milwaukee, but on literally halfway there, I turned around. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad. Something in my gut told me, like, don't, like, go back to Chicago. Go back to Chicago. Good thing I did. They were out there. I had a banger connection, too, the whole time. I just watched some of the stream in 1080p stream the entire time. If only I had that back in 2020. 2020 streams would have been nuts. They were already, but, like, imagine. So I didn't go to the Kamala Harris rally. Another thing too is there's going to be more Kamala Harris rallies. There's only 1 week of the DNC for the year, but there will be more Kamala rallies. So I can go to more. Tim Walz is literally the governor of my home state, so I'm going to get to go and they're going to have a rally in Minnesota. Like they're going to, because he's the governor of Minnesota. It's easy. So we'll get plugged in for that. But I'm plugged in now already, so I'll get notified for the next events. Go to the south side? For what? I don't have business down there. I don't have any business there. I actually got some tan today too in the sun. We're outside. I didn't bring my vest or my mask or anything. Usually I do. Am I going to the state fair this year? Yes. State fair content. Loading. I'll be out there working, but I'll be doing fair content, big facts, shorts. I'm probably going to do a lot of shorts out there. And probably like how I do my content, because my main videos, I'll do like some daily updates out there videos, but I think I should do some like food tasting shorts. I think that'd be cool. Hot dogs can't sell themselves. No, they can't. Plus, I'm saving up too because we're going to September. We're going to Washington D.C. in September. Got an advocacy event for Ukraine coming up soon. Plus, I can give you guys what's going down in Congress and what the vibe is and what the hell Washington is like right now. Weed isn't a drug. It's a plant. It just grows like that. And if you just so happen to set it on fire, there might be some effects. Did you find a place open to have supper tonight? Yeah. We ate at the Skylark. Had some decent burgers, had a beer. It was good. Needed it. Quite a view of Lake Michigan. Nazi smoking literally. Nuts. It was like a welcome back to protesting coverage in the United States, that's for sure. There are a lot of people out here. There's a lot of content creators out here. I'm a bloody legend. No, you're a legend, Philip. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. That sounds amazing. Whoa. You said what now? Yeah, I don't know where Unicorn Riot was and all that. I was next to Ford Fisher, the GOAT. We always run into each other because he's in the trenches and I'm in the trenches. So, like, you're going to find each other in the trenches. Hello from Ukraine. Hello. Also, welcome to my viewers that tune into my Ukraine updates. Maybe you got to see a little bit of the other work I did prior to Ukraine out here in these streets. And by these streets, I mean our streets. Whose streets? Okay, it's like 2020 again. All over again. The chants are coming back. They have like I've heard the Palestine ones now. But there was a time though when like I would go to bed and hear the protest chants like in my dreams, in my walls. Just like can't get away from it. Good morning. Have I seen Portland Andy? No, I have not seen Portland Andy. No. He's out here though. You know what? I found out that he's out here streaming, so I threw shade earlier. But I only threw shade earlier because 2020 Portland Andy, I only knew him for restreaming all of our shit. But he's out here, I guess. So now he gets credit because it's actually his stream now. So way to upgrade, I guess. I guess you got to move up somehow. You got to do it. So I mean, it's not hard. IRL stream. It can be though. It can be. Like tonight, it got a little spicy for a bit. What was your opinion of running into Charlie Kirk? He's mid. Regular person that's just kind of cooked into their brain, in my opinion. He answered my questions though. He didn't. I mean, I didn't really dig in though. I kind of asked him, like, I kind of gave him softballs, but I generally give I give most people softballs. The first time I dug in was the America First guy today. There's an America First guy out there, and obviously I disagree with the entire premise, but I wanted to just stick to his points. And the isolationism, and dig into that. And he didn't really answer me. Charlie would have been the same way. But Charlie Kirk won what? We weren't even debating. We didn't debate anything. I just asked him questions. Do you know the difference between a debate and like an interview, right? I asked him questions. I didn't even... Charlie won though. I don't know who's Zimmerman. George Zimmerman? I have no idea who that is. Get some sleep, Mark. Long day. Oh, I will. I just wanted to do an AAR. So, Very interesting night overall. It would be nice to get into the DNC, but they have guest passes, so anybody at the DNC has guest pass, yo, like hook me up, bro. Like get some fresh. It's been 2 days. People are probably bored in there. They don't want to show anything new because they've seen it all. So let the second strings come in. You didn't ask him about Camel Face, so he won. I mean, like, are you? I mean, if you're like 18 years old, like I get it though. I was like that too. I guess, but I don't. My audience isn't that age though, so maybe you're an outlier. Still in Chicago? Yes, I am. I'm in Chicago all day tomorrow, and then I leave. Because I have the state fair. It's going to be a busy couple days here. Today was busy, tomorrow busy, Thursday. It's actually busy next couple weeks. I'm locked in. State fair. You're 18, so it's cool? Okay, cool. Okay, bet. Most of my audience, though, is like 25 to 55, though. Am I okay? Yeah, just decompressing, having an AAR. Yep. Escaped inmate barricaded inside Chicago. Yeah, I'm not here to go and search for crime, Josh. I appreciate it, though. Appreciate you, though, buddy. Thank you for the update. .420 friendly stream. Since Chicago is just like 420 as hell. Fucking smoking a bong right in front of the cops. Downtown. Broad nightlight. I don't know if we can do that in Minneapolis. Now it makes me question, like, can we do that in Minneapolis? And if not, why can't we? We do have we have new weed laws though that are pretty relaxed, but I don't know about like if we can just spark up in the city. Like, I think you have to be on your private property or be on a private. I think they won't. I don't think the police will do anything. Maybe if there's one having a bad day, I just don't. Yeah, I think it's you can't be in the public smoking unless it's a private event in a public area that they've privated off. But I'm talking like in Chicago though, like it didn't. They're like sparking, like literally, dude had a fucking bong. I don't think they'd be down for that in Minneapolis. Maybe they wouldn't care. Should we go find out? Stream challenge. Oh, we're just trying to figure out the laws. Like, we don't know. We're sorry. I'm sorry. Got some more of my root beer. My IBC root beer. I love root beer. Root beer's a W. They rip you off in the north side. The protest was weak. Definitely wasn't one of the it was definitely one of the protests of all time. That's for sure. But it wasn't like one of the most memorable ones. I don't know. I'm glad though. I didn't have anything. I was out there and didn't have any gear on. I was out there just raw. Straight out of the battle bus. No, nothing. No mask, nothing. So it worked out for me. There are motherfuckers out there dressed for war. In war gear, dude. Like you going to the east? Ass dude. I was like shook. I was like, you going to war, bud? Buddy had on like in Task Force 141 attire on. Like, bro. I feel it though. After Ukraine, it all seems like kids' gloves. Honestly, though, I'm not trying to say that, but because it can get intense. It really can, from my own experience. But yeah, like after going to the full scale war of like since the biggest thing since World War II, I'm sorry, but Chicago doesn't scare me. And then obviously protests. I'm done those. Like absolutely mid. I was like shook. People had like dude, fucking. I swear, some motherfuckers had some night vision on. Like they had the full, like it made me feel like, you know what it was giving. It made me feel like when I'm playing on my. This might be a reference to only my gaming audience, and that's okay. There's a lot of you who watch my gaming streams, but not all of you. But you should. When I'm playing extraction games with Tevo, and Tevo's in there with no loot at all, and he goes in just with like a fucking AK or some dog shit, but he's like nothing. And then I go in with like a full kit gear on, like full vest, full the whole thing into the extraction game. Because in those type of video games, if you die, you lose all your stuff. So Tevo goes in there with like nothing. So it made me feel like Tevo in the crowd out there without nothing on, and all the other journalists like were trying hard. But I get it though. Like you don't want to get hit with a rubber bullet though, or like tear gas and shit. I feel it though. I really do. But the crowd was so weak. I mean, like size wise. I'm not saying like they're mad. Oh god, please. I'm not saying the message is weak. I'm not saying like the size of it was like the amount of police they had there tonight, bro. I swear. Like I saw on the way there. I already knew what it was. Like I saw the police loading up. It was like I think it was 5-1 to be honest, for like police, because there was like already 4 layers of like in the entire like block, but then there were police like all throughout the city, like in the outskirts too, and then they brought in people too, and then this was like multiple blocks away from the United Center. It was on Madison. Well, so was United Center. It was on the other side of 94 on Madison. So we were like closer. What you guys, when you see the skyscrapers, we were close to that. We were like in the city. Yeah, but I heard the actual DNC was nice though. Like the speeches, Obama gave a good speech. I heard. I haven't been able to listen to too much of it, but it's okay though. I mean, you guys get to see other shit, I guess. From me, I mean, it's still happening out here. Nice video from Flagstaff. Appreciate that. Flagstaff, Arizona. Lil Jon came out. Like, actually. Michelle killed it, too. Oh, both of them. They really had Lil Jon. Lil Jon's about it, huh? Dang, dude. Ever since Need for Speed Underground, I knew Lil Jon was the homie. Performed Turned Out for what? Oh, wow. In person, too, huh? You're a new channel. Good to have you, a new channel. You saying Turn Down for Walls? What? Obama. Yeah. So, I think all the speeches have gone well, though. It's like I think I have a super cut of the differences between the RNC and the DNC. And I know I asked this to Charlie too, Charlie Kirk, and he's like, God is missing, family is. It's just so tropey dumb because there's like so many religious people that are on the left, tons that are liberal, tons. Probably the same amount as there are conservatives, to be honest, because MAGA is not religious. They pretend. Just like it's like the further you go, the more like it cuts off on each end of it. They'll pretend though. They'll grift it. They'll definitely grift it. Day 3 will be a party. I do enjoy the energy that the Democrats are bringing, though. It's definitely needed. You can't have a woe is me fucking ass attitude. I'm a victim. Everything sucks. And that's how I was raised. And I was raised from a conservative family. I was raised like this, and I just don't get it. Like, yeah, the situation isn't the best for like every single person out here, but boy, there aren't any other options. Like, all the other political options are cooked. All of them. Like, there's not even an independent or like a random party person where I could be like, yeah, this person has like a solid message. They're all of them. They're bad. RFK, brainworms. People's Party. What's his name? Russia sympathizer. I can't even remember his name. That's how much I don't care. Who's the guy? Who's the People's Party guy, who like changed his party like 8 times? He was out here yesterday. RFK says he's dropping out. No. RFK. He's at like he's less than 5%. He can go ahead and just drop. Like, yeah, Cornell. Thank you. Skip Fu, you're the best. Yeah, Cornell West. Cooked. You like Jill Stein? She's cooked on the geopolitics, though, in my opinion. I don't think any politician has like a solid geopolitical stance, like across the board, though. There's problems with all of it, but isolationism is not the answer, though. I like the new approach we're taking of not sending our troops in places, especially like Ukraine, for example. Like, we didn't just send our military immediately, like we did in Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Her positions on Ukraine specifically, her positions on America's role in the world, her appeasement of Russia. Pretty specific there. That's why. So we'll have to see. I just don't like on like the radar. I'm just not seeing another politician that I even would care to. And we do politics every day now, so it's like I'm like well versed in understanding who's at least trying. What are Kamala's positions on any of those things, though? Not isolationism. Working together with our global partners to achieve goals. She straight up has said multiple times she's supportive of a ceasefire in terms of Israel's war on Gaza. And for me, I want more aid to Ukraine. So at least we'll have Joe Biden's baseline which is absolutely the like night and day difference between Trump's plan and Biden. So it's like there, but Biden's got but it needs more. So we could probably advocate for more. If we get a stronger cabinet, or we look at what the cabinet of Kamala Harris is going to be. Ukraine is about to get nuked. No, they're not. Well, I can tell you're a Jill Stein fan. It makes sense. Unless you're trolling. Israel's unsolvable. Oh, Netanyahu is trying to stay. He doesn't give a. I'm gonna be honest. Netanyahu doesn't give a shit about the hostages. Nope. There'll never be, no matter what, though, no matter what is set up in Gaza, as long as Netanyahu's in charge, never gonna be peace. This is not gonna happen. That guy is like what you would be like Trump, basically, like MAGA in Israel. And then it's kind of like you know how it's, this is maybe just my opinion, but how he treats Gaza is kind of like how MAGA like thinks of our border in the U.S. Like that's like how I can obviously not with like the war but in terms of the mindset, and there needs to always be a perpetual like fear, and I think that's what Netanyahu like feeds on when it comes to Gaza and like the messaging. And then obviously it's easier too when there is like terrorist proxy groups that exist as well, obviously. So it's like easier to push whatever narrative. So it's like kind of like a catch-22. But I also feel like you're creating more terrorists. Cancel. I just, for when it comes to the Middle East, so like when it comes to Ukraine, I'm gonna explain my position a little clearer, like why I support Ukraine, and like why my position on the Middle East is more of a, like I'm definitely more hands off when it comes to the Middle East than I am with Ukraine, because Ukraine shares our values, or at least they're trying to. They're trying to. I mean, there's still work to do in the government, obviously. Like the Russian influence over population is insane. Like it digs deep. So Ukraine, but at least Ukraine is like trying to be a part of like be a Western country, and like trying to share values. Like people are just like they just speak a different language, but they're the same mindset, like the same end goals of like, we just want to work. People that want to work wherever they want to work. You want to own a business, like make money, basically capitalism, which also can have its problems. But honestly, like Eastern Europe they got this good, like, I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to working, they have some good like socialist policies with the capitalism, kind of like some hybrid shit going on, that work out pretty well, that have pretty good conditions for workers at least. But it's still capitalism though. It's like, but it's like got a little bit of a for workers, so it's really cool, like the shit they got going on, especially in the tech industry over there, big times. So it'll probably adapt some of that, just kind of go with how the other countries are. But at least Ukraine has those values. When it comes to the Middle East, not a single Western country in the history of ever has ever tried to establish our way of values, and I'm not shitting on Middle Eastern values. I'm just like saying in general, like, what the shit we do and the shit we care about and the shit we are like, the Middle East has their own way. And like we've failed so much there. Like it's nonstop failure. The Russians even tried. Everybody fails. So like that's why I guess my position with any Middle Eastern uh, involvement is more like less, and I'm more supportive of trying to aid Ukraine because I feel like they share more of they share more of that, like they care more, I guess. Like the Middle East response, and I'm not shitting on the Middle East. I'm like they want to be left alone basically, and like they don't like they have their own way, like the way of their society, their culture, that's their shit. Okay, so that's and like we can't change that. And Ukraine has their own specific culture too, and like their own norms. But like it like definitely meshes more, like it's more aligned in a lot of ways with more of our western countries. So that's why like the middle like can that's why my two positions will be different when it comes to any US involvement regarding the Middle East. So he left alone. When I was in the Middle East, that was the biggest thing I was told was that they just want to be left alone. Yeah, there's a lot of oil in the Middle East, though. That's the geopolitical want, though. That is true. We do have a lot of. That's why I know, because I'm coming from MAGA brain back in the day, but that's why a lot of people in the U.S. fight for more renewable energy. But it's woke. Titles. You said Jill Stein is the best candidate, and Russia's gonna nuke Ukraine. I know. I don't care about your opinion anymore. Like you went 0 for 2 on your own. You're 0 for 2 on your own, bud. We have a shit ton of oil off our shore. We have tons of energy solutions, fuckloads. We have. People have too much money invested in it. Other places. To where it's gonna take a long time, probably, to switch for real. And plus, obviously, the narrative of like it's socialism and it's communism is like never gonna end. Oh my god, kill me. It's the worst. Like America is so It's not. It's not even, bro. There is no reality that America is even close to communism. Not even a little bit. Not even. We're still right. We're still, no matter how far or whatever the narratives, because societally, there's some progressive, like, societal things happening, but we are still a right-wing country. Like, we are still, an absolute right-wing country. And in terms of, like, when it comes to communism, we are unwavered in capitalism. Unwavered. It's insane. You think we're center left? I don't think so. I think we're still right wing. Like in general. But societally, there's obviously progressive policies there. But I think when it comes to like the structure and foundation and where we really are, I think we're more probably center right could be accurate too. But it's definitely more right. But absolutely not even anywhere close to communism. Not even a little bit. Not even, no. It's the most insane narrative too. Like that's why I'm just gonna be honest. That's why you have MAGAs saying they're fucking commie and other. Bro, that's why you're gonna lose. So you're gonna lose because it's a losing argument. It's the dumbest argument. It's not an argument rooted in any type of truth. It's one of the other reasons why I left the right. How did I left the right? Or whatever. It's because it's like common sense gone. It's like simple common sense, like understanding communism. And I could have thought that shit would matter, but I guess when you're trying to push political narratives, it's just because you're scared of people voting Democrat. You're gonna push a narrative that it's like socialism or communism, and it's just insane. Instead, you could like actually go at like, hey, are these Democrat politicians like keeping their promises when it comes to what they say, and you could like stick on that. But no, you gotta like lie. We have free healthcare, but pay more in taxes than it works. Didn't Obama cook tonight on one of those quotes? He said they don't call it Obamacare anymore because it works. What up? What up? What does Republicans stand for? I really don't know really anymore. I come from that. It used to be everything that the Democrats are calling for right now, which is wild. In terms of like they're like the message of it's honestly it's the pick yourself up by your bootstraps message from Tim Walz all day. It's the same shit, just packaged differently. And like just a lot of like hopeful messaging, because like when I was like raised conservative, that was like the idea. It wasn't this doom and gloom victimhood shit. And it used to be for like smaller government, but then now it's like everything for Trump, and Trump is not small government. It's kind of like dictatorship, which is the antithesis of like small government. Bro, it's like cooked. It's so cooked. Damn, still alive. You just started working. Yeah, we're still alive. We're still kicking it. It's only been over a half hour. I'll go to bed here soon. Now that I know I don't have to be out there super early. I woke up at like 9 thinking I had to be out there. Ain't shit. There was nothing happening. Thank goodness. Well, we're gonna go to the city though. We'll do some tourism in the morning before we get to work. But I didn't bring any of my patches or anything. I look baked. So be it. I'll be your Huckleberry. Get behind the bikes. I'm triggered. Stop. Yo, I'm dead too. I was crying, laughing, like tears. Me and Anarchy Princess and her boyfriend were smoking a J and crying because now I know what chat was talking about when the fuck. Because I mean, it was in the process of being in the process of that crushing experience, that sucked. Like I've never experienced that. Like my chat, like it was. I'm pretty claustrophobic. I don't like. I would never like voluntarily put myself into like a tight space. You know what I mean? Like, there's never a situation I would do that. So, but I like just thinking about it though. I wouldn't do it. You know, even if I had the opportunity, I guess I'd be like, no. Like I would try watching those cave videos, and my palms just I can't. It's just the worst. So I'm just pretty claustrophobic in general. And I posted it on my Facebook, and it's on Twitter. Ford Fisher also posted it from his perspective. But we were getting like fucking squished. And now I know what chat was laughing at. We're squished. Oh, I was crying for help. We're squished. Oh boy, I was pleading for help though. Yeah, it was terrifying in the moment. I ain't gonna lie, but looking back to that shit was funny. Because I'm glad we made it out. It wasn't funny though, but it was funny, a little bit funny. But yeah, like Ford had a physical reaction afterwards, like fucking just puking, because like he's like, my feet are off the ground, like that type shit. And Ford is not small. I think he's like a little shorter than me. Maybe I think he might be like 6 foot, maybe a little bit less. But we were like in the crowd, and he was like off the ground, like like this camera up, like feet off the ground, like just getting squished. That sucks. You weren't laughing? No, it wasn't funny in the moment. No, but like when I listen back to it now, though, I laugh. Like it gives me a laugh. It's probably a trauma laugh though, but yeah. Um, but now I couldn't see. There's a movie that came out, I guess, about a big crowd crush at like a concert or something, or maybe it was something else. It was in like South Korea. Horror movie. I'm not gonna be able to see that movie now. Good. Thank God it was like a little thing. Like if it was a big crowd, oh my God, bro. If it was a big crowd, mm-mm. Yeah. From the concert moshes, I've never done concert moshes though. I've never done concert mosh. I've never been into. I mean, I've been in big crowds before, but we were never getting crushed, like squished. What happened at the protest? I'll post the video to the YouTube channel tomorrow. I did do a video. I did do a video edit. So I'll post that tomorrow. It's just like a 2-minute some clip. Scary moment at the protest or something. I'll post at like 9 when I wake up. Yep. But beyond that though, I mean there was some arrests. The crowd got pushed. It was really, I mean, like the police were ready. They were for sure. Like, I mean, but there were so many of them where the crowd would have never stood a chance. It would have been over with before it even if someone tried, it would have been done. There were so many police. There just wasn't a whole lot of I bet you know when there will be probably a lot of people on the Thursday. There'll be probably a lot of people on the Thursday. I got a lot of sun today. I think so. It was a beautiful day though. At least I got sun and it was like a nice day, like 71 degrees, sunny. The days where you get tan and it's like 90 outside and fuck, bro, it's like cooked. We can do a poll. What you guys think? Who's doing better so far? Whose campaign is better? In terms of the party this year. I mean, then I'll put independents on there, but they're doing horrible. Like even if you wanted to support an independent campaign, not a single one is good, in my opinion. Not a single one. And the libertarians too. I forgot about them. Pro-Russia. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Maybe not you individually because you watch my content for Ukraine, but the party officially supports the Russian position. And then they're just basically like MAGA from Timu now. The party. I think, like, if we're just, if we're talking about just the campaigns alone, it is night and day. Like, it's got it. Let me check. What's the 87? Yeah, it's probably be at like 90, at least 96 to 99%. Democrats in favor. It's like there's nothing coming from the Republicans at all other than regret right now. If anything, Republicans might be a good sign that you could rally and find someone that isn't Trump, but dude, not before this year though. I'm talking about like for 2028. Because I mean, even all of his, unless only the MAGAs that are in like deep red, like that are solidly red. All of the ones that are like moderate areas that can turn blue are turning blue, and the MAGA politicians are losing. Libertarians are the original libs. I don't know about that. I only just recently started interviewing libertarians though, like in 2020, but and the official position of the party over our aid to Ukraine have made me absolutely not even want to ask them a single question. My baseline for if a politician is cooked or not is if they have an understanding of Ukraine. Even Kamala Harris. Ukraine is a country. Russia's a bigger country. Russia invaded Ukraine. Nailed it. But no, all jokes aside though, like she did really good at the NATO conference. For the Global Peace Summit, she went in place of Biden because Biden was doing a campaign event back when he was still running for president, and she did pretty good. Like speaking to world leaders. So she's going to be pretty solid, I think, geopolitically. But man, I'm going to be honest too, though. I'm going to be so honest. I'm going to be real as hell. Obviously, I'm going to support Kamala. But a lot of people are going to support this race because of Tim Walz. A lot. They like Tim Walz. I like Tim Walz. He's my governor, but like, just like we were talking people today too, like, oh, I like Tim Walz. That was a W choice. I think Shapiro will do well as the main ticket. I'm wondering if like because there's a lot of good ones in the queue. I think Josh Shapiro would have been okay too, but Walz I think is a bigger win than a lot of people expected. It only took like I think it took maybe a day because a lot of people didn't know who he was at first. They're like, who the hell is that? Like, oh, a lot of people on my Twitter were like, Mercado knows who he is. He's governor in Minnesota. We know Mercado. He covers Ukraine. Let's ask him. And then it only took like one speech to understand who he was, and people were like immediately hooked. So Walz was a great choice. I'm just thinking, like, I obviously support the policy, but I'm gonna be honest, like, all right, I'll be like taking my political choice and bias out of it. That choice is far better than JD Vance. And even as a MAGA, you have to admit that JD Vance was a dog shit choice. Like, be honest. If you support Trump, you have to admit JD Vance was dog shit. I mean, I guess, obviously, because I'm going to support the enemy, there, as you would say, the opponent. But regardless, though, like I would, like I say, I would have been concerned. I would have been very concerned about the Republican ticket strategically if Trump would have picked Nikki Haley or any moderate Republican. Anyone that isn't a MAGA, or maybe like MAGA friendly, but like I would have been more concerned, because just like how you guys, like, just how, like JD Vance is, or sorry, just how Tim Walz is bringing energy to the Democrats, the it would have been the same for Republicans. Like, it would have had to been the energy of, because Trump isn't going to gain anyone new. He's still old. He's still the same. He's gotten worse. He's gotten deteriorated. But now you can really see it because Biden's out of there, so you can like really see how deteriorated Trump was. So Trump's VP was like gonna have to be just how Walz kind of is. I mean, I think Kamala's pretty solid though, actually. But after talking to people, a lot of people are attracted to this ticket because of Tim Walz and the energy he brings too. Kamala brings energy, but Tim Walz brings it too. You don't get that at all from JD Vance. He's a wet sock. He's a couch fucker. Like the guy, he's the dude that'll like sit, like when you're at a party, like sits off to the side or whatever and like looks at everyone. JD Vance is the type when you go out in a group and like he pays just for himself. Even try to group up. Combine the bill. I think JD Vance probably sleeps with a nightlight still. He's a weird guy. You see what I mean? Like, weird. Like, there's no strategy there involved. Because you had one shot. Like, you would have gotten a ton of Republicans that would have sucked it up and voted Trump, and and a lot of them are going to still. But you would have got a lot more, and there would have been more of a fear. I don't know though, because the energy from Harris Walz is great, but like, there would have been at least something. I think there would have been like at least something to like fight against, and right now there's nothing. There's nothing from MAGA and Trump. I think he's cooked. There's nothing. Not even. I mean, the message. He's late all the time, and then it takes him almost 2 hours to give the same 3 messages. The border, they're coming for your jobs. We're not gonna have a country anymore. Repeat. Thank you to my friend. Vote for him. Thank you to this friend. Vote for him. The border. We're not going to have a country anymore. Everybody hates us. Repeat. 2 hours. 2 hours, at least, of that. He doesn't even say any like Republican or conservative policies. He doesn't even talk about conservatism or like Republican values at all. It's just like, I'm just even thinking strategy for Republicans. Nothing. Just nothing there. It's just such a negative cooked. Like, so many Republicans are gonna just stay home. To be honest, I think they're not gonna vote. They won't lose their dignity voting for a Democrat, but they're not gonna vote. They'll stay home because there's no fucking way. You'll have the energy from MAGA, but you really needed the moderate. You really needed those moderates and the evangelicals that he's like. They're seeing the. I think they're seeing the grift. There's a lot of evangelical pushback to Trump right now. I'm sure it's growing. Not like a majority. It's not the majority, but it's like growing, I think. Because they're mad because we're not getting the money. He's getting it all. But like, that's gonna be how it's gonna go. Trump said he wasn't religious. Exactly. He's losing them. Yeah, he's losing them. You voted blue and red. This is my first time voting blue. I've voted red, so I voted green. This is my first time blue. Until I see it as it is. Maybe I see. Maybe I just it is what it is. Like I said, even if I wanted to be like, okay, Republicans and Democrats are the same. Both sides are bad. Let me look at an independent. I've done that anyways, and they're even worse. All of the independents. There's not a single good independent. Not one. Not a single good independent running for president. One. Not at all. Zero. Not one. Not a one. You can write someone in, but that's might as well just fucking. That's nothing. But Jill Stein, no. Is that the one the super progressives are going for? I can't even say progressives because a lot of progressives will vote for Harris, but I'm talking like the Palestine left. That's what we'll call them. They just want a candidate who says, U.S. bad. U.S. imperialism. CIA funded. NATO proxy. So, Putin isn't that bad. They just want somebody that says that. And then they're immediately in on the far left. Immediately like, oh, sorry. This is the best. Are we getting raided by Trump voters? Damn. Well, we'll see if that translates to the ballots. You know what? One of the first things that there's so many. I don't know if it was one of the first things or not, but like I'm just like strategy wise. You know how Biden got 81 million votes because he didn't demonize mail-in voting during a fucking global pandemic, like absolute dumbass Trump did. Just stupid. I laugh. I was like, they're just cooked. Like I voted, so all the dumbass narratives about mail-in voting. When I was deployed overseas, I had to mail in my vote for Mitt Romney. It was nothing, no too easy. And then the MAGA took over, and then it's just cooked conspiracy theories all the time. And they burnt their own fucking chances as usual. But that's what MAGA is, honestly. It's like really just trying to shoot yourself in the foot and then call yourself a victim as much as possible. Instead of like actually, I don't know, fuck dude. That's just how I see it. That's why I've moved away from the right also. Like also just policies, personally, and things that I want, but like also just strategy wise, like wanting to win. The push to the right for the right when it just in America for the right just means more conspiracies and living in less reality. I think people get tired of that after a while. Like it's fun, like once in a while, like to get super like baked and talk about conspiracies. It's not fun when that's your whole entire world. Because then you have to keep it up, and then when it breaks, as it always will, you'll have to like concoct the reason as to why the thing that you said was going to happen didn't happen, because we're really just victims. That's why it didn't happen. So support my Support my shit. Here's a t-shirt. Here, we can cope together with this t-shirt because the thing that I said was going to happen didn't happen. Buy my shoes. What city was the RNC in? It was in Milwaukee, where Kamala Harris had her rally tonight. How was that? Did it have good energy? Are we grinding another one? You goddamn right we are. Chat, this is back. We're in election season. I used to do this on Instagram. Who used to watch my Instagram lives doing this? But now that YouTube has this amazing feature for the vertical stream. You feel well? You guys want to see what Trump's next venue looks like, guys? Chat, what the fuck is that? It's some old folks hangar. Some country club MAGA hangar with vintage shit in there. I mean, it's cool stuff in there. They got a stage and we got a stage. I will go to like a Trump rally after Kamala just to go gauge like what the crowd is and like what their energy is like and try to see, just be there. The last Trump event I went to, someone was trying to cough on me and give me COVID. I don't know if they had COVID or not, but they're just trying to cough on me, like raw COVID. Vaccine wasn't out yet. They're like, save our children. Oh, you wearing a mask? Oh. They're coughing all over me. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I mostly wore the mask just so I could get access to like the protest crowd and talk to them because they all wanted to wear one. Or like interview people because they wouldn't interview without like you wearing a mask. So I just did it so I could get an interview. It didn't work. And it was like fine. And I got a lot of good content out of it. Wasn't a fan though. You guys hear the lack of police sirens and gunshots? And we're like in Chicago. I've been live for over an hour. Think about it. Not saying that doesn't happen that way. On the other side of the tracks, maybe. All removed. American carnage. Warrior vest. I don't have any business there. I'm not going to just go there. I don't do hood tourism. Such a good place to be. W Chicago in the chat. I bet you it's dope at nighttime over by the Riverwalk too, with the skyline and the lights. If you like twinkle lights or you like that entire thing, it's like pretty cool. Almost 2 in the morning. Like the video if you guys haven't. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. How is the food? Any good places abound? Oh, there's good places all over. But I'm in kind of on the go. But that's fine. But they have like elite level Dunkin' Donuts here in Chicago. We have it in Minnesota too, but ours is absolutely mid compared to Chicago's Dunkin' Donuts. So I got like a giant iced coffee, which was so fucking good. And then I got a bacon, egg, and cheese. And a donut. I haven't had Chicago pizza yet. Maybe tomorrow. You forgot about the Chicago hot dog server. Maybe tomorrow we'll have one for lunch. Well, by the pier, there's got to be hot dog stands. Right, Dubsy? Hey Andrew, why not stream diversity we all love in Chicago, Washington Park? Sounds like a setup. Sounds like something I shouldn't do. Listen, the rule of thumb in places that you aren't from is don't go looking for something that you're not supposed to. There's no reason for me to be there. It's chill where I'm at. We're in the city. Go to the pier. Go get a hot dog. We'll go there tomorrow. Gene and Jude's for hot dogs. Go to Jimmy's Hot Dogs. Okay, more okay. I'm make sure it's like a place we can eat on stream. Are you okay from getting pinned? That was intense. Yes, I'm good now. That was a panic in the midst of it though. I couldn't. That was the first time like I felt constrict. It made me feel like sleep apnea when I'd have, or my sleep paralysis when I like was like frozen and couldn't move. Like I had no control over my body, and I wasn't like baked or on fucking shrooms or something. Like I had no control over my body. It was just like getting pushed. Like it was horrible, but funny to laugh at now when I look back and listen to the video. We're squished. I was more worried that I was gonna, like, the guy behind me, his legs were getting squished against the flower box, and I was like worried that I was like gonna be next, to be honest, because that was like I was on the precipice and I got a bad knee kind of, so I was like worried, like pressure, crowd crush can be very intense, like, or like I was worried of like falling down, and then you like all the weight from the crowd, like you would just it would be horrible. Tons of anxiety, tons of things that just make you go oof. But that was happening, so. But it was short lived, thankfully. It calmed down. Get a beer. I got one earlier. Yep, I got one. It was good. We went to the Skylark. Jimmy's Red Hots, Grand Avenue, your favorite hot dog. They have a Red Hot. Oh, it's Jimmy's Red Hots. Sue Al's. Top tier. That's how crush injuries happen. Stampede. Oh, God. Yeah. I definitely look at those differently now. The amount, it's just like the helplessness, too. Oh, God. Yeah. I like being in control of my body and not feel like the feeling of helplessness, too. It was just horrible. because like there was nothing. I mean, there's nothing there's nothing we could do. Just sit there and take it. Really. Thankfully, like stopped pushing and like and calm down. Have you ever played the pass out game? When I was in the army, yeah. That's what, yeah. Don't advocate for that. Stupid. Yeah. I had like an out of body experience there. Any shades of DNC in Chicago, 1960? I don't. I guess we'd have to watch a history video on Chicago, 1968. I like vaguely know. I would need a refresher. I know I've gone through the history of it, but I would definitely need like a refresher. But no. If that's like a big historical point in Chicago, um, today it was like the Kids Bop version. There was like maybe 200 protesters, and there's no tear gas, no flashbangs. I'm not. Thank God there wasn't, but like, there. I mean, it was the most. But it's still. I mean, Thursday there will be a lot of people here. There's a big march planned. So, this could just be the first night and like the start of it. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. If tomorrow is just as mid as it is today, nothing's gonna happen. If there are more people that come tomorrow and it's like it's just a lot more, maybe. But even so, like there was nothing used. Not even an LRAD. There wasn't enough people. There was like barely any protesters. So no. Hmm. But I think though, you know what? You know what else think is probably true? If Biden would have stayed in, and I supported him. Oh well, I didn't. I voted Green Party 2020, but I was going to support him in this election. If Biden wouldn't have dropped out, there would probably be a lot more. There'd probably be a lot more. What the hell? We good? Everything good? Plus plus. I think I lost connection there for a second. Plus plus. All right, cool. Yeah, they'll hook up. But yeah, if Biden would have stayed in, there would have been a lot more pro-Palestine protesters, and there would have probably been a bigger problem. But I mean, there still is going to be protesters. But I really think that Kamala Harris being the front runner and with Tim Walz's support took the wind out of the anti-Biden energy coming from the far left, and took the wind out of MAGA's energy. I really think it did. Like all BS aside, it took the wind right out of both of it because Biden was getting hit by both of it to the point where Trump did have a lead. Trump had the lead in the polls. Trump had the lead in everything. He did. That's why it was like it was tough. But I was still be out there and try to motivate people to vote for Biden and support Biden. But it was an uphill battle. But Harris and Walz are still treating it the same. But everything's flipped though. It's inverse, but you can't treat it that way because then people will stay home. So I get the strategy. I understand the strategy. So they really took the wind out of the anti-Biden left because now they can't. I mean, he's not going to run it again, and Tim Walz has been growing more progressive, I guess. Like, I don't really see his policies as progressive, but I guess in the mind of politics they are. Maybe I've just shifted that much, I guess. I don't know. I really don't think things like I'm sorry, maybe call me old fashioned or maybe just call me whatever, but like free school lunches for kids is not a bad policy. Like, like that, I'm sorry. I don't know. That's not. That's kind of a pretty cool, good policy right there. But apparently, that's like communism. Yeah, it should be a right. Like, why should kids go hungry? They can learn more. We don't have that. We didn't have it in Minnesota. We just had beer on Sundays like 2 years ago. Okay, we couldn't buy beer on Minnesota on a Sunday. Why? Because of religious, theocratic, baked, cooked shit. So when I said earlier in the stream that the United States is still a right-wing country, we still have shit like that. We just got okay. So it's great. It's new, fresh. They had things like when I was in school. I'm 31 now, but when was that? Be like 20 years ago then. They had like discounted lunch, discounted like a breakfast. You had to drop your kid off in the morning for breakfast. It's probably the same thing, but you still had to pay, but it was a prorated thing. You had to pay. You could pay less. You still had to pay, but now it's free now, which is dope. And I remember the press. Why is the DNC not allowing report? Because I'm not connected to the DNC. Maybe that should tell you. I really am not. I'm not connected to any of them now. I am. I guess like through all of this though, I will be after it, so I'll be good to go for the next convention. But I couldn't just be like, here I am, give me a credential because I have a lot of followers. I haven't been covering American stuff for a while. I've been covering Ukraine, which is fine, but I haven't been doing work when it comes to American politics for a while or American stuff. But we also missed the application for content creators, and we would have been accepted, but it was May 31st. So that was a while ago, and we missed it. I was moving and shit. There was a lot going on. But we'll get it for next time. No news in America? Did you not watch my stream earlier? What do you mean? There's tons of shit happening. You don't know what I'm talking about? You wouldn't get it. I'm a clueless child. Sure. Yeah, we gotta do it super early. So they do have guest passes. We can try to get one. Why does Speak the Truth talk about me? What, they do still? What do they say? What do they say? Or Matt? Is it Matt or I don't know. I was like, I was very mad at their stance on Ukraine months ago, but turned out they ended up being correct on what was going to happen. But I didn't like I just didn't like the energy with it. But I forgot all about them, to be honest, until you just brought it up. I used to watch that like every day too with Rob. Damn. The enforcer and me are at war with each other. We are. No, one-sided. Maybe we're at war in their heads. Interesting. That's how you know they buy subscribers and bots, because like I swear to God, bro, when I get to 256,000 subscribers, I am not a channel with 67. And thank you to all of you, but like I've said this for a while now. I like if a channel with as many subs as I had said something, I would fucking who the fuck. The amount of attention that they give to it tells me they up their numbers. There's no fucking way. Either that or just like it gets in their head, like their head that bad. So dumb. Nothing really bad, but your name came up just last week. I love Rob, but man, it's crazy. What if my name came up? What do you mean my name just came up? How does my name just come up? Like, oh, here's Ukraine, Mercado, back to Ukraine. Like, was that how'd it go? I messaged Matt and apologized for coming at him sideways on my stream because I was emotional because I was in Ukraine and I obviously support Ukraine a bunch, but like maybe that was it. Do I know Anarchy Princess? Yes, but I still like that. That was still a cooked stream they did. So and like a lot of like, and it's because I like watched their shit. So I was like, you let me down as a viewer. So I was like emotional about it. But no, I just learned. I learned not to be. Yeah, Anarchy Princess is cool. We didn't get along at first though. She thought I was a MAGA when I was in DC, and I went over to the MAGA. So she was like talking. She was like heckling me. And my girlfriend at the time too, Sophie. Like roasting the fuck out of us. I was yelling at her and shit. I was like, "Fuck you." Now we're cool though. So like, yeah, like really cool. Like we're good. Her boyfriend's cool too. There's kind of like a cool little like circle of independent streamer journalists that made it through 2020 or like do their own shit still, or have been doing their own shit like Ford. Not even just like streamers, but like journalists too, like independents. All kind of like have their thing. Unicorn Riot's out here, yeah. Nico, yeah, his team's out here. We said hi to each other on the stream. Yep. Yep. You can't imagine MAGA, Mark? What do you mean you can't imagine it? What is it, like? It sound like a horror tale or what? I can't even think of it. The thought of it just. They've been doing that though. Yeah, we were. Yeah, she got my vote because you actually go to Ukraine and support. I mean, well, it's not just that, but I go like places in general though. I guess I'm hoping that I mean the fact I'm here in the DNC at Chicago and like you got to watch, you got to watch Mercado media firsthand of the protests. You didn't have to watch Reuters. You didn't have to watch BBC. You didn't have to watch AP, whoever else was out there. You got to watch us on the ground, and that's like my whole point of like going to Ukraine too. Through that, we've got to like support and like fundraise, and it's been like kind of like a double whammy of like helping Ukraine directly, but also you got on the ground stuff. But it's the same shit. But with Ukraine, it was a whole other set of logistics and growth, probably. No, this shit is so mid now. Like back in 2020, I would have been shook at one of these things. I was shook during the crowd crush though, but before and after, no, it was so mid. But remember in 2020, like even that amount of police, I used to be like, fuck, there's a lot of police. It's scary. Take a Russian artillery round. Take a ballistic missile. Take literally 72 Iranian Shahed drones, and they're coming for you. And they're not trying to hit you with tear gas and flashbangs. They're trying to kill you. Makes me think about it a little differently now. Or at least it just feels different. It just feels normal. Because maybe I did it so much. But now it like covering a full-scale war and being here. I guess like people think Chicago is very scary, but I mean, I think there's tough places in any place, to be honest. Like there's scary places everywhere. But like it's not scary to the people that live there. Maybe it can be sometimes. But mostly it's just kind of like home because you're like not from there. But it's like no different than like what Minneapolis would be. It's just like times 4. It's giant. Scariest thing is the parking. Yeah. You know. It's such a nice city though. It gives, I don't know. For me, it gives you energy. Just the grand, just like the check in plus. Check in. Oops. I think we had another little stream hiccup. Cool. Hit that like button if you haven't. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We cover Ukraine and on the ground U.S. news and events, but also from home too. Here in Chicago, covering the Democratic National Convention. At least the outside of it. I can't get in. I'm not cool. We're going to try to get a guest pass. If I can't get one, though, it is what it is. We'll try again next time. I'm only 31. Ugh. I'm gonna be 35 at the next one. God dang. Be old. No, I'll only be 35. That's still young. We'll definitely make sure we get in, though. We checked the poll. Whose 2024 campaign is better? We had 72% say the Democrats and 22% say Republicans and 7% are coping and saying independents. There's not a single independent platform that's good. Not a single one. I stand by that one. Obviously, I like MAGA for me is grayed out with a red line through it already, but then one by one I've just been like nope, pro-Russian, nope. Theft, nope. Mark, do you think this is a good show of Harris Wells allowing freedom to protest and speak? I mean, it's not their city. This is Chicago. They're not allowing anything. So if anything, it's like probably a good show of faith from the city of Chicago to the Democrats. Yeah. Republicans are the issues, so Republicans are on the issues, so Republicans have a better campaign. What issues? Tell me. What Republican issues? The border, that they killed themselves for political gains. That tells you that they genuinely don't care then. And then if Harris wins, you're gonna get the border bill anyways. You get the border deal anyways. They don't run on any policies or anything anymore. It's Trump. Whatever Trump's feeling, whatever Trump's feelings are that day is what the Republican standard, and then Project 2025. That's it, which is obviously terrifying. But like, they don't have their own like principles or goals for like the middle class or anything that matters. And it's important to point out, like, I'm not talking about voters like you. Maybe you do as a Republican voter, so don't take it personally. But, like, I'm talking about your damn politicians. No policy agenda. It's Project 2025 and Trump's feelings. Whatever he gets up and rambles. You feel like you're living in a flipped world here? Well, okay, too many choices, be honest. And own it. What other media do you consume outside of my streams? What's your favorite news outlet or or show? Who do you watch besides me? Let's see. Let's see. Be honest. And any of the protesters give you a hard time? No, not a single one. Nope. Nope. Protesters were great in terms of weren't trying to like harass press, or like they were there to give their message, and they're pretty upset at the police, and that's about it. Usually goes like that, and like that was that. Yep. Nope. They no. You watch BCP? Okay. Just BCP though? You don't think I don't know about BCP? Too many choices. No one else? No. Like, I mean, is that it? You must watch him a lot though. He does a lot. There's like morning prayer and everything, huh? You reserve the right to go for a brisk walk. Dylan Burns is great. Yeah, Dylan's a dub. Don't feed the bots and trolls. I'm just asking them questions. I'm picking and prodding. I'm almost ready to go to bed. Red Bar World. It's like the Stranger Things upside down. Am I camping in my ride? No, I got a nice. I put this on my Instagram story. You guys can follow me on Instagram. Just search Ander Mercado. It might still be there. It might be gone. I thought I was booking a hotel. It's like a B&B, but they didn't list it on B&B because I searched Airbnb. I searched the app like that. I searched that first. Now I don't usually get hotels. I just like B&Bs more. It's more like it feels more your own personal space. So, and like sometimes you can find some good deals, especially with how many times I've rented B&Bs. Like I get access to nicer ones because I've stayed in nice places and I've traveled the world. So they'll be like, oh, this guy's got like oh wow, he's been to Ukraine. He's been like I'll probably get accepted more than like a new person trying to book there. I'll have like a higher chance, especially if it's a nice place. But this place wasn't listed on Airbnb. But because I go to booking.com for my hotels and I go to Airbnb obviously for my B&Bs. So I got it on Booking and then I get here I'm like, "Oh, it's like a normal like it's like a side by like I guess a duplex or like Chicago side by side. Should go straight up." It's straight up next to me, but it's super and in the building the bricks are like nice, newer. It's like there's older buildings too. But the interior is beautiful though. Open the door, they got like a fucking like 60-inch TV in the like you open like living room, couch, giant couch. It's a two bedroom apparently. I don't need two bedrooms, but it's a two bedroom. Beautiful kitchen, brand new fucking appliances, refrigerator, brand new. I'm not even using the shit. I didn't need it. I thought it was a hotel because the price was like under 400, which is cheap right here in this spot. Because I wanted to be relatively close to the United Center so I can like either one walk or find a scooter, which I can find a scooter pretty easily and scooter down to the United Center. And all the other places were like $1,100, $900, $1,300. So this is the cheapest one, and it's way nicer than I thought. And it's not a hotel. It's like it is like a B&B, but they didn't put it on there. So, not 400 a night. No, fuck no. 400 total for 2 nights. No, that's what I'm saying. It was a really good deal. No, 400 total. Which ended up being like 400. Oh god, it ended up being like 485 after the taxes and fees that Chicago just fucked fists you with. Chicago just is like, you don't have enough taxes and fees. How about some more? It just like stuffs you with them. So it ends up being about $100 more, or about 100 to even more sometimes. But I got a deal. How do I earn money? Through the YouTube channel. I'm blessed to have tons of supporters that support my work and a great community. So I can go places and do things and talk to you guys about it and try to give you a first-hand perspective of some of the most important current events of today. Right? So that would be Ukraine right now and the Democratic National Convention. Because I'm only 5 hours away and it's too easy to get to Chicago from the Twin Cities. Mm-hmm. How many total protests do you think you've been to? Oh, fuck. Maybe close to 100, to be honest. I've been to so many. There were days I went to like multiple protests a day in 2020. Like 3-4 protests in a day. Just like zipping all around, so. Bless me. Went to a protest in Ukraine. I was cool and calm at the protest today. Yeah. The environment felt familiar. It was familiar. We got squished. I'm posting that. I don't give a fuck. Clip it. You could have been a contender. Too many choices. You could have been somebody, but instead, you're choosing to be that. It gets boring after a while. I promise. You'll grow out of it. You'll be like, damn, this is lame. Almost made you get into juice. The guy behind Merkel was lost his legs. Bro, don't. We were crying, dude. Tell me why the guy behind me was like, bro, the guy behind me was like this. He was like this. He was like, he was like this. It's just like, stop, bro. Like, he's like, get off. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. Oh man, bro, just in a very vulnerable state. Just help, medic. Oh boy, yeah, we were stuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually came and helped calm that. The police actually came and calmed it down because thank God, some supervisor came and climbed up on the bush. Because they were going crazy, dude. The police were going stupid crazy. What do I do with? Is it? No, I'm about to say it's not gone. They were turning up. The aggro mode got activated, and the meter was still full. Thank God, supervisor got up there and helped calm it. Who was squished? Some dude behind, a couple of people behind us, and Ford. I was getting too, but like I at least had my feet on the ground. Ford's feet were off the ground. The one guy that started it though just got like he was a little guy too, and they just grabbed him and just like fucking threw him, and then it went, and then that's when they just went and like started fucking, and then we just were getting pushed back, and there was nothing but the planter behind us, so we were just like literally getting like, it sucked, but yeah. He did soften the experience for sure. If he wasn't there, it would have been my legs against the planter. My legs were against his paws, but my legs were up against his. No, I can't even do it. But they weren't not up against the planter. Okay. That would have been. That's what I was, and I have this thing where I have like foresight in situations. So I was already foreseeing my legs being jammed against that planter, and I was doing everything in my power to prevent that from happening. That's why I was like really freaking out, because I could like see that. I was like, my legs are gonna get jammed against the planter. If this dude like wiggles out of the fucking thing behind me, I'm gonna be jammed on this thing. So I was like shook. I was like, fucking help, medic. Oh boy. Get up! Oh hell. Yeah, I had a Raven premonition or whatever. R2 stop the compactor. Yep. Thank God. That would have been such a fuck. Okie doke. First day back out covering protests, and I get fucking my legs taken the fuck out from getting crowd crushed. And I'm like, and I gotta go to the hospital. My fucking knee pops out or something. God, that was a lot of pressure, dude. That dude fucking was going through it, man. Shout out to that guy. Holy shit. Guy was like, get off. Help. Oh boy. Oh, It was such an uncontrollable, vulnerable thing. Oh, dear. Thank God we got out of it, though. Oh, boy. We're squished. Oh. Tough. It's tough out here. Good weed? Always. We don't smoke mids around here. No mids. Almost done, though. Probably go for a little bit. Finish this one and go in. DNC smells like piss and biscuit. You meant to say the RNC. Why biscuits, though? That's definitely not. F the DNC. That's how you feel. If that's how you feel, check in, you guys. Where's everybody watching from? Is that a local safety commissioner? This is a community engagement stream. Krakow, Germany, Arkansas, Texas, baby, Maine, Santa Cruz, Vegas, Australia, Sweden, Canada, Miami Beach, Dallas, Knoxville. Anarchy Princess just retweeted it. She's probably laughing. This shit was so, oh my god. Damn, yeah. Josh tagged me in the. Sorry, there was an escaped convict. Looks like they got him though. This pedo looks like he's from. Okay, buddy, you're killing the vibe. I don't even care. You can accuse me of anything. You can call me whatever, but you're not gonna call me somebody from California. Okay, absolutely not. Pack it up. Just kidding. Love California. Oh. California's dope though. California gets hate too. They're just honestly, I think it might. I'm just probably jealousy because you don't get the weather. It's pretty expensive there though. It really is. California's expensive. Prices need to come down some. But like in terms of views, in terms of energy, in terms of the sun, the ocean, the culture, food, it's like top. It just is. But shit's pretty expensive. That's about it. And go up to the forest. Go down to the desert. Go to the ocean. All in one place. And California's cool. Too many bigots in Arizona, you had to dip. Or what part of Arizona? Arizona's pretty hot. I didn't mind it though. It's too warm in California. I like Merc veteran lost. Yeah, he lost the debate for sure. Um, I like. I guess I've. The last time I lived in a place where we didn't really get snow in the South was in the Army, but I was in the Army. I haven't really had a full experience of living in a place where it doesn't snow. Because even after my training, I lived in Alaska. Winter Central. So I lived in Alaska and I live in Minnesota. So I've just been winter my entire life. Never missed one. Except for the Army and training. But even then it got cold, but it was in South Carolina. Still pretty cold though. In the winter. They got that. South Carolina has the. Freezing. Like you're shivering in the morning. Just fucking freezing. Teeth chattering cold in South Carolina. But yeah, after that though, it was Alaska. I was in the Middle East during the winter, but like it's the Middle East. In the Middle East, 100 degrees at nighttime felt good though. Wicked. Santa Cruz has perfect weather. Weather is such a shit dynamic to judge a region, judge it by the culture, the people. That's why I added weather as part of the entire. Didn't I say culture and food and the views? I thought I said that for California. I included that with the weather. I didn't, unless you're talking to somebody else. But yeah, like the music from California, top view. I get views like state parks with views, beaches, historic, scenic, like shit from top to bottom. It's up there. Sorry, weather is so cold and bleak. Captini is like, why aren't you happy like Tevo? Captini just he got a head rush from the post sauna. Yeah, he just post sauna. He's got to go back in. He'll be okay. So just a headache, just a head rush there. When you went to Ukraine, did you go space A through military? No, commercial to Finland. Right to Captini's sauna. No, I went to Estonia to Tallinn, and then from Tallinn to Kyiv. So planes, trains, and automobiles. Plane, because you can't fly to Ukraine right now. And we drove the trucks that we fundraised into Ukraine from Tallinn. 30-hour convoy. It's pretty smooth, like until Poland. No, it's pretty smooth until the border from Poland into Ukraine because Ukraine's on the EU. But all those countries are in the EU, so you just drive right through them. Pretty smooth. Just that border crossing there is a pain. My post sauna intracranial hemorrhaging doesn't affect my opinion too much. I can't even handle 6 hours of sitting in a car. Why not? What about a train? Could you do a train? I feel like if we had more trains in the US, more people would travel. Like if we had European level of trains, especially like, or maybe like in Europe, on Europe, other Europe trains, is there a food cart like in Ukraine? I really like that. You like get up and walk around, and like there's a food cart train. You like walk. +1 for trains, W trains. Depends on the train, decent seating, and yeah, as long as there's a food cart. Dang, so you can't fly? You couldn't fly to Europe or anything then, huh? You couldn't sit on a plane for that long? How loud was the protest? Not really. It was kind of like, besides like some of the pushing from when the arrests that were made, and like the like obviously that's gonna raise intensity. It was pretty mid all around. It was just something different. It was just something to watch, to be honest, more so than anything. No, there's no. I mean, I'm not saying this. I know when I say this, I'm not saying because I want it. Please, like this, it was great. Like it was good. I'm saying it was just mid in terms of like you're asking how loud it was. I've been to ones that are just like flashbangs are going off, tear gas, drummers in the protest are drumming, and it's just fucking loud, and like there's loud chants because there's thousands of people, and it just wasn't that at all. It was pretty like there's a lot of police, but they didn't use the L red either though. So they're like the only time it got real loud was when he was on the megaphone and he said dispersal order, go home. Yeah, the guy was on the microphone, but like I'm like I said a little earlier, I really think a lot of the big energy that protest would have had was taken away when Joe Biden dropped out. It would have been like the protest would have been more people and it would have been more energetic and probably would have gotten spicier with the police sooner. Again, I will see if that does happen. Traditionally, people, I don't know. It depends on how tomorrow goes and if people from out of state come here or something. If it's the same size crowd as it was today, it'll be the same thing. If it's whatever, but there's not. I mean, the amount of police that are just ready to go in Chicago. I mean, you guys watch Batman, right? Was you the guy who used to eat sofa cushions? No, I'm not JD Vance. No. Joe has been doing a good job. Can't give people much more. I mean, you did good. I think he's. You did. I think he did good. I think Joe Biden was a fine president. Had to pull us out of a pandemic on the up and up. Also, the fucking just shit show of the ending of Donald Trump's presidency in January 6th, too. It was just in fucking fuck. Afghanistan, fuck. I think history will look back on Joe Biden well. Could have been better in some areas, but like that's what I'm not saying. He was like a great, like I'm not gonna say he was just like a fucking banger, great president. Like, oh fuck, I'm not saying that. He was just a fine president. He did what he was supposed to. I feel like he should have done more, and like I said, should have done more in some areas and less in others. But I mean, at least on his campaign promises, he tried big ones. CHIPS Act, school loans. Going at the banks and loans. Republicans just can't ever have any type of win for anything, so they were fighting it the whole time. Lost, thank God. But like, it depends the direction we go, though. Really. Oh. I think like, and I don't want this to happen, but like, if Trump does win, I think then history will like look at Joe Biden like as the last hope that we did have. But like, if Kamala Harris wins, which at this like I don't know, it was looking tough. But now, just like again, because I cover both. I give my opinion because I cover both the Trump campaign and I cover Kamala's campaign. It's not that I'm just only covering the Democrats. I cover both on the channel. We watch it on the channel. So if you're new, we watch the Republican shit all the time. It is brain cancer, brain rot, mesothelioma of the brain, of the mind. Cataracts start developing. Even if like there's not even with the message has energy to it. Not even like the message that he's conveying, which would be again just the border. If you don't vote for me, there won't be a country anymore, and there will be communism. And then what's the other point I said? It changes it. In Project 2025. I don't think I would have confidently said he was going to lose until until recently. To be honest, like probably a week and a half ago, when I started seeing the energy that Kamala Harris and Walz are bringing. But I'm going to be flexible with it and see if it changes, if it goes up, if it goes down. Like, if anything happens, like, I mean, it's not going to be a static thing, but right now I think it's absolutely teetered towards Harris and Walz in their favor. Am I staying in my car? Yeah. No. You guys want to come? You guys want to come see it? You guys want to come see the spot? You guys think I'm just like a fucking bum or something? No. No. Come see the spot. It's not. I'm not showing the address, sillies. You can see the interior. Oh, sack. Come on now. I'm showing anything. Oh God. People geolocate. What? No, they're not gonna be able to. Listen, let me live my life. Okay. We're not always living in Metal Gear Solid world because of the Russians. I feel it though. Okay, this is like normal shit, you guys, to do. Okay. Ugh. I look really stoned. Yeah, probably. Okay. Cool. Told you. Hold on. Let me get this light on. Oops. Okay. Look at that fucking thing. Giant TV. I might just like go to bed on the couch watching TV. Look at that thing. It smells clean. You can smell it through the thing. Look at this place. Under 400. I couldn't believe it. Bathroom W. That's the one I chose. Banger. It's so nice. And then there's another bedroom too, but like, I don't know, maybe I'll just like mix it up and go sleep in this one tonight. Yeah, maybe just like mix it up. Go in there. Who knows? All right. And then that like, there's like, I don't know, that like goes, I have no idea. That goes somewhere else. So it's super nice. Got a really good deal. Absolutely. So I'm going to go to bed now, get some rest, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Smash a like, subscribe. We'll be live again tomorrow. We'll have a fun travel stream on the channel, showing some Chicago, eating some food before we go to the Democratic National Convention at the United Center on the outskirts. We'll go to that entrance, should be fine. We'll talk to people, interview people, see who else is going to pull up tomorrow. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Peace. Join the Discord server. Take care. Okay, bye.